Uthman,
Any
you always
scores?
winning.
Wait, is that the Adhan? I think so, inshallah.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Gotta pray.
yeah, we do
Alright,
gotta pray.
alright.
We gotta pray. Let's get that
Alhamdulillah.
in.
Yes, sir.
ASAP.
Ha ha!
I don't know
Allahu
what it is,
Akbar.
but what? I've been listening to this program,
Yeah.
Sunnahfollowers, and I've been learning a lot, Aki. Man, a lot.
MashaAllah. Yeah, like what? What you been learning about?
Man, I've been learning about a lot. Salah, hadith, the life of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man.
Wow, for real though.
And you know another thing? The shows just keep come on
Alright.
back to
Alright,
back.
alhamdulillah. I just gotta check them out.
For real though,
Yo.
wow. My guy, if you have any questions, check this out. Every Friday, you can call in Sister Laila live. Call her with any one of your questions in regards to this deen, and man, she will answer them. She will get you right. Anyway, inshallah, I'm about to tune into that. But you know something else? If this is going to
What?
be a benefit to
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I got to get with that
Sadaqah
Jariyah. All right. Donate to Sunnahfollowers.net. We're here for you. Sadaqah Jariyah. Assalamu alaikum.
All right. Ina alhamdulillah. Wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I'd like to welcome everybody to our class on the sacred bonds of marriage. The sacred bonds of marriage. And this is the class where we have been discussing now for the past year marriage in Islam. And we've covered so much in this class. We started off, of course, covering the basics of what constitutes a valid marriage contract. In order for a marriage to be valid in Islam, you have to have, first of all, a guardian for the woman. Also, there must be 2 male Muslim witnesses. Also, there should be a dowry or a bride price, a mahar, okay? And also the marriage should be announced, okay? When we talk about the marriage being announced, that doesn't mean that you have to, because we also discuss polygamy. That doesn't mean that the man has to go to his wife and ask her permission for marriage, nor does that mean that he even has to tell her that he's marrying someone else if he believes that telling her is going to cause a problem, which it normally does. But we don't marry any woman in secret. And this is for the sister who's asked the question. So that's why the marriage has to be announced somewhere. It doesn't have to be announced to his other wife, but it should be announced to your family. It should be announced to the people in your community, wherever you're living, sister. You understand? There's no secret marriages in Islam. But the man does have the right to not share that information with his other wives if telling them is going to start conflict when it comes to polygamy. Polygamy, we talked about in detail. That's not a lifestyle for everyone. Polygamy is good and clean, but is it an obligation? No. Can a woman refuse it? Yes. Okay. And it takes a certain type of mentality to handle and deal with polygamy. So we talked about polygamy too. We talked about monogamous marriages and we've talked about polygamous marriages. And no matter what type of marriage it is, we went over the rights of the wife. Every woman has the right to her own accommodations, her own home, her own place to live. Also, her right is to be provided for, maintained, and protected by the man. That's your job, to provide for her, to maintain her, to protect her, to feed her, to clothe her. Okay? She also has a right to be treated with dignity and respect and not harmed. That's a woman's right, to not be harmed and abused by the man that she's married. And then also we went over the rights of the man. The man's right is that you guard in his absence whatever he would have you to guard. And let me speak about that for a little bit. I tell a lot of you new converts, I'm talking to the women here. Some of my new Shahada women, a lot of you are coming to me talking about how you want to get married and, you having a hard time guarding your private parts and all that nonsense. You talking too much. Because that's what that means. When Allah says that one of the rights that a man has over his wife is that she guard in his absence what he would have her to guard, what do y'all think he's talking about? It's not just talking about the house and the children. It's talking about yourself. That when your husband leaves or when he's away, that you will not embarrass him, shame him. That you will not conduct yourself in a way that's demeaning for a woman, because a woman is a reflection of her man. For you sisters that's so into marriage, when you ain't even been Muslim long enough to even learn the lawful and the unlawful, all you're doing is proving that you cannot guard in your absence, in his absence, what he'd have you guard. If you sisters are that desperate to get laid, what makes you think a righteous man is going to marry you? He's going to look at like, I can't marry that woman. She ain't been Muslim. She don't even know the Fatiha. She don't even know how to pray. She don't even know what her role is as a Muslim. And she jumping up and down about how she got to be with a man. That ain't the type of woman I want for no wife. That means if I got to go out of town for a month for my job, she gonna be knocking the boots with the next door neighbor. That means if I have to leave my house to go to work, how can I trust that she's at home guarding herself, or that she's not out in the streets? So I want you new Shahada women to think before you speak. And I want y'all to never forget, righteous men are for righteous women. A righteous woman is not a Jezebel. A righteous woman can accept the decree of Allah. A righteous woman is chaste and modest. A righteous woman doesn't give in to her lower desires. Maybe that's why you ain't married. Because righteous men are not going to give you women the time of day. They'll say, no way, Jose. They're going to go for that sister over there who converted to Islam 3 years ago. And she's learning her deen. She's practicing her religion. They're not going to come to you, the 3-month Shahada, who got a problem with sex. And it ain't been but 3 months. So I want you sisters to stop all this and put your priorities in order. You are a new Shahada. Focus on getting close to Allah. And how do we get close to Allah? By changing the condition of ourselves. Doing away with bad habits. Doing away with bad characteristics and replacing them with good characteristics. You have a lot to learn. You have to learn how to be a righteous woman because your lifestyle was not righteous. Okay? And that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. Remember, the Prophet Muhammad was asked a question by one of the companions. He said, "O Prophet of Allah, which of us make the best Muslims?" This is after the conquest of Mecca, When the Quraysh converted to Islam, the Prophet had the Quraysh and then also his original companions who had been with him from the beginning. So one of the Quraysh asked the question, which one of us is the best? Because they had money and all of this. And this brother was thinking that the Prophet would say, the ones who have the most money. The Prophet shocked them. He said, who makes the best Muslims? Those of you who had the best character, the best behavior before Islam. You are the ones that make the best Muslims. Now, I'm just going to keep it real. A lot of you sisters are new shahadas. Y'all come from some skanky backgrounds. You sisters were having sex. Y'all were drugging. Y'all were stripping. Y'all were partying. That means you didn't have good character. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep it real because as a daya, I'm not sugarcoating this deen. The Prophet said, those who were of the best character before Islam, they make the best Muslims. If you come from a bad background of sex, drugs, rock and roll, you got a ways to go. You got to now reform yourself. You have to change and evolve into the good character person who doesn't drink, who doesn't smoke, who doesn't sex, who doesn't party. So you sisters focus on that and leave a marriage alone, because the only type of men that you are going to have interested in you right now, and I'm being honest, I got 4 brothers. My brothers are all righteous men. If somebody came to any of my brothers and said, I got a sister here who's a new shahada, looking for a husband, and my brothers hear about your background, the type of lifestyle that you women lived, and you ain't been Muslim but a minute, and you making a comment that you got to get married because of your sex problem, my brothers would tell that imam to take that skank on somewhere. My brothers would say, that ain't no woman that's going to guard in my absence what I'd have her guard. I'd never be with nothing like that. So you sisters are talking too much. You telling too much on yourself. You got to get married. You know what, that you got a problem. Well, you better work on your problem. Because a righteous man ain't going to have you. The type of man that you're going to get is the kind that's going to have you back out in the streets. The only type of man that's going to settle for you right now, in the condition you are in now, in the state you are in now, where you can't control your vagina, the only kind of man that will take you is a man of that mentality. And all he gonna do is pimp you, put you out to back to where you came. Am I making sense? And I'm trying to keep it real with you, shahadas. And I'm talking to y'all raw. This is raw, real English. You ain't gonna attract no scholar. You ain't gonna attract no righteous dude because you got a problem. You letting everybody know your problem is sex. Ain't no man marrying no woman like that. So put marriage out of your mind and instead work on learning how to control your desires down there and give your vagina time to heal. I'm just gonna keep it real. You sisters need time to heal down there. The brothers here said, Laila, speak. That's right. Don't no brothers want nothing like you. All you're going to get is garbage. Because as the prophet said, who makes the best Muslims? Those who were best in character before Islam. You sisters were not best. Y'all come from the drags of society. Let's just keep it real. You know it. So you got to change. When you change, then ask about marriage. All right. Any questions on that? What do you think about that, Fresno? Am I speaking correctly? I don't come from that lifestyle, but I heard about it. Latifah, am I correct on this?
Girl, I don't feel good anyway.
Yeah. What about, Anissa, I forgot. Fresno can't talk. Anissa.
Oh, yeah. You're correct. Teach.
Yeah. So you sisters got to keep it real. All this jumping up and down, emailing me about how you got to have a husband because you can't control yourself down there. Well, you got a problem because I don't know no brother who'd want you. Not the brothers I hang out with, not my circle. My circle of men wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. They wouldn't come near you. And they'd have you take a test to make sure you ain't got AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea. I'm the wrong sister to come to with that. I don't sugarcoat Islam to nobody. And stop saying that. Don't no man want to hear a woman say she can't control her sex problem. That means you're going to stay single. Or if you do get married, you're going to be married to men that's going to pimp you and abuse you and treat you like the scum you pretend to be. So stop it. All right. Exactly. Like the brother here typed. And I told y'all that last week. What's the difference between male and females? Like the brother here typed. The men have a problem controlling their desires. Our problem as women is our emotions. So for a woman to tell you that she has a problem controlling her sexual desires, this woman is on the level of a man. And a man knows how bad that is because that's the jihad that man struggles with. We women struggle with our emotions, not our sex drive. We can control, a normal woman can control her sexual desire, but we can't control our tongue and our emotions. So you're not the norm. That means you're different. That means you're somebody to back away from because that's a male problem, not a female problem. And a male can relate to that. He gonna say, she ain't for me. What I want with some skank like that? They're gonna call you a skank. Because that's what a skank is. Y'all got me, sisters? So that's why these brothers don't want you. Stop being desperate and learn Islam. Learn how to be a woman. Because maybe that's the life you led. You spent your life living like a man who can't control his vagina. Now you got to learn how to be a woman because that's not a female problem. That's a male problem. Our problem is this, the tongue and our emotions, but not the sex. That's why Allah made us monogamous. Women are monogamous by nature. So you talking too much. You letting the people know that you're less than what a woman should be. And ain't no man coming near you. Not if he righteous, he gonna run. Even with a bag on, he running. 10-foot pole, he ain't touching you. Because that's a male issue. You sisters get it? All right. So tonight, what we're going to do in this class, don't get it twisted. I'll make some shorts out of that. Okay. Tonight, what we're going to do, I had to get these, I'm so tired. You new shahadas, y'all should see, blowing up my phone. Girlfriend, I wish I could show y'all all these text messages. Sister Laila, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to find a husband. Sister Laila, I want to be married. Sister Laila, I need a wali. Sister Laila, I need a guardian. Sister Laila, you better get yourself together because that's some bad character. I can't refer you to nobody. Like I say, the brothers I know wouldn't come near you. You got to be able to guard in their absence what they'd have you guard, and you sisters can't do it. Okay? So we're going to speak about education today. Let's put the the PowerPoint up. And by the way, this is the book that we're using for this class. Hold on for a second. I know. The Imam here say that's why we sending to you, Sister. Hey, who's that? Imam Malik. He say that's why we sending to you, Sister Laila, so you can deal with them. Yeah, I know that's why y'all send them to me. But Lord have a mercy, brother. I'm not used to these. I don't come from that lifestyle. I just learned about it from TV and from talking to people. Latifah taught me a lot of stuff about the world. All right. This is the book that we're using for this class, Sacred Bonds. This book is written by my student, Brother Daryl Abdullah Kurt. Like I told you, I teach his other book for the kids class. This is for this class. This is the Sacred Bonds of Marriage. It's on Amazon. It only costs $13. Please go to Amazon and buy this book today. It covers all you need to know about marriage before you sisters get desperate and keep talking about how, you're less than a woman because you can't control the lower half of you, which is a male problem, not a female problem. You sisters need to go read this book and learn. And today we're going to be covering chapter 32, which speaks about how once you're married, it's important for the husband and the wife to educate the children. But a lot of parents ask, well, what is it that I should teach the children? In fact, for my Islam Q&A show on Friday, one of the sisters joined and asked me, she said, Laila, what should I teach my kids? Well, alhamdulillah, this chapter talks about that. And let's take a look at it. First of all, we already know that our children should have knowledge of Allah. I don't have to go into detail about that, because from the time they can talk, you should be teaching them La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. But they also should have knowledge of worldly things too. And this is what I'm going to focus on today. What worldly things should our children have knowledge of? Well, you want to make sure that they're financially knowledgeable as well, that they're knowledgeable of money, and they are knowledgeable of how to, the legal ways to go about making money. You should educate them on how to open and manage a bank account. Explain the differences between a checking account and a savings account. A lot of adults don't know the difference. Checking accounts do not accumulate interest, but a savings account does. So make sure your kids know that the savings account is the one that's haram, but they can get a non-interest checking account. And teach them how to use online banking safely. And again, teach them how to stay away from interest. Interest is one of the sins that falls in the category of disbelief. If a person continuously engages in interest knowing it's haram, becomes a sin of disbelief. So introduce them to the basic ways of investing that doesn't fall into the interest category. And try to teach your kids to invest early, okay? Also, other worldly things we should educate our children on is domestic skills. And I'm not talking about girls. This is for the boys too. Teach your sons and your daughters how to do the laundry, how to sort clothes, how to choose the right detergent, how to operate a washing machine, a dryer, because they'll never know when they're in a predicament where they have to use one. Okay? Teach them the importance of cleanliness, because cleanliness is closer to godliness. Remember, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the two people that Allah loves the most are those who keep themselves clean. And that's important. Those who keep themselves clean and those who are repentant. So teach your children the importance of keeping their bedrooms clean, helping do the dishes, helping clean the house and all of that, keeping the bathroom clean. Jinns don't hang out in the bathroom unless your house is nasty. If your bathroom is nasty, then yeah, they'll hang out in there. But if your bathroom is not nasty, they don't. You shouldn't have any jinns at all in your house, because the jinns are attracted to filth, not cleanliness. You want to also teach your kids about transportation. Yes, the children can learn how to drive. Believe it or not, there are some parents that think that they shouldn't teach their kids to drive. If your kids are over the age of 16, they should learn how to drive a car, because a car is a necessity. Just like the camel was a necessity back in the 6th century. Well, this is the 22nd century. A car is a necessity. So they should know how to drive a car, how to put gas in a car, how to maintain a car, how to change a flat tire and stuff like that. And also teach your children how they should grow up and have a good work ethic. Your sons, you should put in their mind from the age of 6 the importance of seeking a college career, a college degree, so they can get a good career to take care of a family. Because remember, the boys are the ones that's going to grow up to be the providers and maintainers of the family. You can educate your daughters too, and teach them that it's a good thing to have a skill to fall back on in case that they can't get married or their husband dies. I always tell the females in my website, go to school to be a nurse. If you're a nurse, you can get a job anywhere in the world, and nurses make good money, because people are always going to get sick. People are always going to die. Okay? And then teach your kids the importance of being dependable, reliable, and showing up on the job. Because remember, Allah loves people who are loyal. Allah loves truthfulness and trustworthiness. And also teach your kids basic life skills, how to think beyond the box. Teach them critical thinking skills. Teach them how to be emotional, when to hold and when to fold. Teach your daughters at a young age what characteristics a woman should have and what characteristics a man should have. So you don't have a 30-something-year-old daughter crying because she ain't married, crying, talking about she got a sex problem, not knowing that that sex problem is why ain't no man in his right mind gonna touch her, because that's abnormal for a woman to have a sex problem. Okay? So we have to teach our kids about life. Teach your daughters about the menses. Most Muslim women don't know what a menses is. Do you know how many Muslim women are praying on their period because they think a period is only supposed to last a certain amount of days? So teach them about menses and stuff like that. Teach your sons what a provider is. Teach your kids about health, the importance of taking care of your body, the importance of recognizing when your body is sick. Let your children know that your bodies have rights over you. Your body is going to be an anima, is a trust between you and Allah. Your body is going to testify either for you or against you because you didn't go to the doctor and get checkups. You didn't take care of it properly. And also, it's important for our children to have social and networking skills. They should learn how to communicate effectively. They should learn about the internet, computers, the digital world. You don't want to keep this type of information away from your kids. And also teach them how to cook, how to manage their time, how to multitask. Okay? You'd be surprised how many Muslims don't know how to manage their time. They don't know how to multitask. Teach them about public transit too. They may have to take a bus somewhere. They may have to take a train somewhere. They may have to take an airplane somewhere. Teach them about that type of worldly stuff as well. And always career planning and professional networking. Teach them the importance, of having good character and making good friendships with good people who can be of benefit to them when they grow up in life. And also teach them about our culture, our Islamic culture, and how our culture is not just a religion, but it's a way of life. You want to be able to survive in a world where most people do not believe in Allah. You want to still be able to interact with these people and not lose your Muslim identity and your Islamic values. So these are just some of the things that we should work on teaching our kids as parents. Again, you don't want your kids to grow up naive. I look at myself. I'm sheltered. People will tell you, my best friend Latifah will tell you, I'm sheltered. What do I mean by that? I was born and raised Muslim here in America. I ain't never partied. I ain't never drank, smoked, got high, did none of that stuff. I lived a sheltered life. But I'm not stupid about life. My mother taught me about this world. She shared with me the bad things that can happen to you in this world. My stepfather let me know what happens, the things that go on in this world. So even though I was sheltered, I'm not stupid. I can sit here and talk to you young girls who just converted to Islam. And I can tell you that you got a problem going around telling people that you can't control your sex drive. I know that that's a problem, even though I ain't never had that problem, because I was educated about this world by my parents and my friends. So you don't want your kids to be naive. I'm not naive. I'm sheltered, but I'm not naive. And if it's something that I don't understand, I know I can call somebody and tell them, what does this mean? Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. By the way, guys, please donate to support this Dawah effort. We are a nonprofit organization, a 501c. We need your donations in order to survive. We are an online Islamic school. Okay? Everything is free here. All of us that teach here are bona fide and qualified. But we are a nonprofit. That means that we survive off of donations. You know, it takes your donations to pay the streaming bills, the video bills, the programming fees, and all of that. So please support us. Please make a donation. It costs $2,000 a month for us to survive as an Islamic school on this internet. So please, and we only have $400 in our account right now. I did check earlier. We have $400 in our account. Well, that's today. Tomorrow is going to probably show the real truth because this was the weekend. They don't, everything comes out tomorrow. So please donate. You can use PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, because we don't want to be in the hole because that's going to mess us up. It's hard to come out. So please support us. Okay, any questions or comments? Is everything clear? My new shahadas, I have to come down on y'all because this is ridiculous. You sisters, what's wrong with y'all? Acting like a cat on a hot tin roof. What's wrong with you women? You better get to know yourself. Spend time with yourself. Changing for the better. Stop acting like you on a hot tin roof. You're not going to attract nothing good that way. Only thing you're going to attract is bad. Because it's not the norm. Not for a woman. All right. Okay, I'm going to log out for tonight. Yeah, go ahead, Kimmy. Alhamdulillah. Kimmy says she's glad I told these sisters because she's sick of it too. Yeah, you get sick of hearing this. Yeah, I was looking at your Reddit group, all in y'all's Reddit group. That's all y'all got is, oh, I got to get married. Oh, you women need to grow up. What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, who is that? Go ahead.
This was like a very interesting topic as it leads on to certain things as us individuals, whether we're Muslim or not. We don't have this foundation in our lives of how to do certain things. Us as women, young boys, young girls. When it leads later into life as finding a spouse and trying to prepare our tomorrow, our future, in the roles of getting married, a lot of times things are deficient. Either the wife or the husband doesn't know their roles early on, how to take care of the finances, things in the house, how to cook, how to take care of the household, how to just be. And it, a lot of things stems out onto the beginnings of how we are as individuals. So it's very important. If we don't know, we need to find out because this impacts the lives of our children. And if they're not set on a path of actually understanding what life is about and how to do the fundamentals, we are doomed. So yes, this is a very important part overall as a life lesson. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, marriage is more than sex. That's the least thing. As sex gets old, okay, there's so many things you sisters need to learn and figure out. Because children come from sex. What you gonna do if you stuck with some little kid whose daddy done kicked you to the curb because you got a problem down there? How you gonna raise that kid? You gonna raise that kid to be like you, where the only thing it knows is sex? I mean, you sisters got to get your priorities together, man. What's wrong with this world? This world is sick. And all you sisters are doing is just showing why Allah is justified in everything that he does. This war is going to continue to spread because Allah is probably sick of it. I'm sick of it. Kimmy says she's sick of all the stuff y'all posting about how desperate y'all are. You know, well, you know, we sick of it. Imagine how Allah feel. Yeah, what is it? What's? I know some of y'all got some bad past. Now, some of y'all come from some really bad backgrounds. You should be trying to change that. Because when a lot of these brothers find out about y'all's backgrounds, they ain't going to want you. I'm going to be honest. They ain't going to want you. Not from that background you come from. Are you crazy? And be prepared to take some tests. Medical tests. Yeah. Yeah, you can put that in your contract. Brother Edward said, can a man put that in his contract? Yeah. You can request a woman to give you a age test. Yeah. You can request anything. You can tell her guardian that you want her to take an age test and a herpes test. Yeah, you sisters telling on yourselves too much in that Reddit group. All that stuff y'all typing, y'all letting people know what y'all about. Nobody gonna marry you. Are you crazy? And anybody that's gonna be your guardian got a problem too. Why would you want to be a guardian to somebody that come from a skanky background like that? I'm sorry. That's the truth. Brother here say he's staying single. The brother here say, looking at the stuff that they posted on that Reddit channel, he said he's staying single. He ain't thinking about marrying nobody. He said, because you can't trust people. They filthy. No, brothers, when you're ready to get married, do it the right way. Okay? If we do things the right way, then we don't run into these problems. You know, subhanAllah. Brother Dawood said, keep it real. Brother Dawood said, keep it real. You got to. These women have lost their mind. But you know, this is the era we are in where the sexes, the roles have become blurred. Women have become like men, and men have become like women. The women can't control their sexual desire, and the men don't have no desire. The roles are reversed. It's sad. Yeah. Yeah, so if I were you, sisters, I would take all that stuff down. What would I do, Sister Sandra? If I were those sisters, I would take all those posts down. Take them all down from that group. You're desperately seeking sex. And if I were you, sisters, continue to come to these classes every day. Focus on Allah, then you ain't got time to be thinking about sex. And get clean.
If you got a Facebook page, you need to clean that stuff up too.
Oh God, yeah. Y'all's Facebook pages suck too. I'm here to tell y'all, I done been on your pages. Y'all got too much filth on y'all's Facebook pages, like Anissa say. What righteous man's gonna want you women? They go look on your Facebook page and see you with all that. Mm-hmm. Y'all tell too much. You run the brothers away. Like Brother Edward. He said he wouldn't be bothered with none of you. He stay single. Stay to himself. Keep on fasting. No, Brother Edward, you a good man. Inshallah, you'll find a good wife when you're ready to get married, because you'll do it the right way. You'll go to the, you'll look at the brothers in the community. You'll look at the brothers in the community that have nice daughters. So no, it's not doomed. You know, you'll be able to look at the Muslims in your community, the brothers in your community who got daughters and sisters and stuff like that, that you could propose to marry. They were raised Muslim. They don't come from that type of lifestyle. So there's hope for you, of course. But I'm talking about these new sisters who ain't been Muslim but a minute, who ain't been raised in the dregs of society. They got to stop putting it out there. Yeah. You won't be no problem for you, Edward. There's brothers probably wouldn't mind marrying you to their sisters and daughters and stuff. Yeah, because you're a good brother. Water seeks exactly. There's an old saying, like Elizabeth said, water seeks its own level. You attract what you are. That's why the prophet said the best Muslims are those who were best in character before Islam. Exactly. Yeah, tomorrow is my 6:30 class and my 9:30. What do I have? Yeah, I'm going to continue with the correct belief system at 6:30, and then the prayer. I'm going to go over some more rules of the prayer tomorrow. I think I'm going to cover traveling or something. I can't remember. I have to look at my notes. All right. Okay, may Allah bless you all too. Okay, yeah, you like the advice I gave you. That's good, sister. Exactly. Take that stuff you posted up down about yourself. Girl, you better learn to love you. Get some self-esteem going. You more than just that. There's a lot more about you that you need to learn about yourself than just that. Exactly. All right, guys. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. You guys have a good night. See y'all at 6:30 tomorrow, inshallah. Post sisters, guys.